Good afternoon. My name is Melanie Shelby, and I am not an attorney. I have spent the last 25 years as a serial entrepreneur, a small business advocate, and a corporate executive. And I come to you today as a gubernatorial appointee. In December of 2020, I was appointed with Trustee Mark Toney. Public trust is important to me. Oftentimes, as I sit in our state board meetings, I'm always the one that talks about optics, narrative, and relationships. And so we are here today. I think Arnie started out the comments with unwavering, united, and committed. And we are unwavering, united, and committed to getting it right. One of the newest things that I want to bring to you, I also chair the Audit Committee. One of the newer roles in relation to reform that we did not get a chance to talk about, and I'm pulling up my phone here, is if you go to the website of the State Bar, right there in the banner, it talks about the Public Trust Liaison. And so, of course, that is at calbarca.gov. But that role becomes very important because that is the public's opportunity to interact with an individual who has the opportunity to steer them through conflicts and challenges and be proactive and independent and impartial and confidential. And what is so wonderful about the gentleman who is in this role is that he has spent over 15 years, I believe, collectively at the State Bar, from answering the phones to working in OCTC. So he has a really true complement of the organization and really being able to steer people in the right direction. The other piece that I want to talk about, and my colleague, Trustee Chen, accountability. You know, respectfully, Member Reyes talked about who was accountable. We are accountable as the Board of Trustees. I mean, the buck truly stops with us. And so I appreciate the comments that were made today in terms of, you know, who is accountable, but it's the Board of Trustees accountability. All three of the leaders at the State Bar report directly to the Board of Trustees, and so we have to figure that out. So I accept responsibility for that on behalf of our colleagues today and the inability of answering that question quickly. You know, it's interesting. You've heard from the LAO. You've heard from Mr. Cummings. We want to be a part of the state budget process. Actually, last week in our legislative priorities at our board meeting, that was something that was discussed and talked about. And so we absolutely welcome that and appreciate the LAO's report. The other thing that I want to underscore in the interest of time is we need help. Relationships require help. A, we need to get it right. B, we need to restore public trust. But the other piece is this. With accountability and transparency, you know, we understand that they are essential and there is no flexibility in either area. We also understand that we have to be committed to our core mission because that is critical to rebuilding trust. But we need your help. We need your help to get it right and make it happen. And how does that happen? How do we get your help as it relates to an inspector general position, as it relates to the client trust accounting protection program, how it relates to reducing racial disparities? It's through a funding increase. That's how we need your help. And it would be wonderful to be able to, this funding increase would allow us to address the need of funding stability and then predictability, which is what the LAO talked about as it relates to us being engaged in the funding process. Also, we need your help as it relates to moving forward while holding the State Bar accountable, to fully addressing past challenges. I feel like I've just kind of run through everything in the interest of time, but I hope the message is clear, is that we come here in partnership. You know, we have an incredible board. I was brought to the organization to really share. I've had the opportunity to sit on a tremendous amount of boards, and I am not an attorney, but I feel honored and privileged to serve with the people that are sitting here with me and with the people who are behind me in this room, because we are committed to getting it right. And so we want to thank you today for your time. I also want to say thank you to the staffs of both, the judiciary staffs on both sides, because you all have kept the door open in terms of making sure that we are transparent and that we are accountable and that we get it right. And so I want to thank you.